Today we've got the privilege of being joined by five-time World Cup winner Kristy Judd. Kristy, welcome.
Thanks for having me and welcome to InfernoTV.
Kristy, it's grand final week and obviously grand final week means another grand final for you guys with the Roosters. It's been a good season for you. Can you fill us in on how you've gone so far?
Yeah, we drew to Manly our first game and then won everyone else except obviously when we came up against Wollongong. They got us by 2 in that game, and then we had a good win on Friday night against Manly. So yeah, we're in the grand final on Saturday. You
beauty. And obviously Sydney Champs would have to rate as one of your favourite tournaments, although you've got a pretty good trophy collection with all of them. But I did some research today and found out from 1994 to 2006 the Roosters in fact won 11 out of 13 titles. They must have been good times for you.
Yeah, they were good times. Yeah, they seemed to just sort of, I was lucky enough to play in a great team with some great players and stuff, but it's been a long time coming since we won the last one, so it's nice, like you said, to be there this time again at this time of the year.
So you did make a few of them after that, but Canterbury became a bit of a bogey team for you, so you have played in a few grand finals since then, but haven't been lucky enough to win one. Can you turn the tides and get a win against Wollongong?
Yeah, we think we can. We're positive. We know we've got to bring our A game on Saturday, but we know if we do all the right things and make the most of our opportunities, we can definitely be on the right side of the scorecard.
And Frosty's your coach. Obviously, he's got a lot of experience in mixed and he's pretty knowledgeable in some little tactical plays. So he's obviously got a few tricks up his sleeve for this week against Wollongong.
Yeah. We'll train hard this week and see what changes we need to make and work to our strengths and obviously bring it all to the table come Saturday.
That's great. Now listen, just changing subject a bit, we mentioned just earlier that your trophy cabinet must be full. You've got a bundle of state cup titles, 11 Sydney championships, you've probably won 7 or 8 NTL titles. You're part of a very successful New South Wales team where you've knocked over Queensland on many occasions. And I guess the big one is 5 World Cups in the Women's Open team. Unheard of. Probably never be beaten. I can't see anyone cracking 6. Maybe someone might equal with 5, but that's an outstanding achievement. Something you must be very proud of.
Yeah, it is. Something I guess I haven't thought too much about, but maybe when I stop playing, it'll all sink in. But yeah, I've been lucky enough to be injury free and be playing well at the sort of time that the World Cups have been coming around. So it's been something that's worked in my favour, being able to play so many.
And the Australian team, out of all that time, 5 World Cups and Trans-Tasmans and all nations, they've only ever lost 2 games to any country. Obviously, that country's New Zealand. But what is it that you think gives Australia the edge over New Zealand?
I think there's a legacy in the Australian Women's Opens team that we pride ourselves in working hard and doing all the little things right, and we've been lucky enough to have some great coaches on board throughout all the times I've been playing. So, and good systems in place to keep the young ones coming through and making sure it's a team effort when we're out there on the field. So I think all those things working together have definitely played in our favour. And we've been lucky that we haven't had too many losses over the past few years.
And obviously the consistency of yourself being involved in World Cups. Squeeze has been there. Before that, you had Renee Murphy, Giselle. You've had a lot of game breakers, even Claire and Woodsy and those sort of types that can actually single-handedly win a game, whereas New Zealand seems to tick their players over a lot. You have always had superstars that have been able to get you over the line when it counted.
Yeah, I think that's definitely been a big factor in why we've been so successful.
And while we've got you here, we just want to ask you a couple of quick questions. I know you've probably played with thousands over that time frame, but can you name 3 or 5 of the top players in the women's game that you've played with?
I'll definitely have to say my sister Amanda, Giselle Martin, Louise Winchester, Sharon Williams, and we'll leave it at that. There's a lot of other great players, but they're the ones that stick out.
And those guys, obviously, you've had long playing career with all of them. Obviously, you mentioned Amanda, and it must have been great that as twins you could have shared so many of these victories together.
Yeah, it was great. I guess at the time you take things like that for granted, and she hasn't played for a couple of years, but I was very lucky to not only win quite a few tournaments, but a lot of them were with her by my side, so that was awesome.
That's great. Now, while we mentioned best players, can you tell us about a few of the best coaches you've had?
Yeah, obviously my first coach, Mark Egan, he was a big influence on, I guess, the player I am today. And, well, he was the first Roosters coach I had, but Dom Squadrito was the guy that got me into touch footy. So he's still coaching today, and I still rate him as one of the best coaches I've had. And obviously Peter Bell, my long-time Australian coach, and my current coach, Frosty, I think's up there with one of the best I've been coached by. So
you mentioned so the guys you've mentioned, obviously Mark Egan, probably a name that not too many would remember from now, but Mark was probably the first one that made touch football professional as such. There was, if you don't train, you don't play, and he used to do a lot of stuff that was game related. Then Dom, as you said, he took you under his wing from an early age when you were playing for Woolloomooloo Warriors, I think you were known as back then in the park comp. And Dom is still around, and Dom's a guy that not only coaches but is a great friend. So it's obviously, you got a lot of respect for him from his coaching as well as his friendship.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, and just finally, InfernoTV just wants to wish you the best of luck on the weekend. We hope that you can crack title number 12 in the Vorton Cup. You've been a fantastic ambassador for the game, and it's a privilege to have you on InfernoTV, so thanks very much.
Thank you.